Mr. Pleasant is good. Mr. Pleasant is kind.
All right, rock fans, plug in, turn it up, and get ready to watch the sparks fly. From the start, rock and roll has been powered by chemistry and combustion.
Shake it, my cage.
Behind the harmonies and guitar solos were rivalries so fierce they shaped entire genres. These weren't just creative differences, they were standoffs that spilled into headlines, lawsuits, and even blood. Tonight, we're covering 10 rock duos whose explosive feuds made music history. Partnerships that burned bright, burned out, and sometimes burned the whole band down. And don't miss the bonus, a grudge so intense, it forged a whole new sound in rock history. Number 10. When brothers share DNA but not vision, the results can be explosive. These siblings turned sibling rivalry into an art form, complete with flying cymbals. Ray Davies and Dave Davies, the Kinks.
Mr. Pleasant is good. Mr. Pleasant is kind.
The Kinks were built on brotherly genius and pure hostility. Ray was the dictatorial songwriter. Dave, the defiant guitarist who gave the band its bite. Their fights were constant. Arguments on stage, insults in interviews, and long stretches of silence. Sometimes the feuds even spilled beyond the brothers. In 1965, drummer Mick Avery struck Dave with a cymbal stand mid-show, knocking him out cold. The chaos helped get the Kinks banned from America for 4 years. Decades later, the war still simmers. Ray's 2013 autobiography, Americana, reignited it, with Dave accusing him of spreading insulting lies. Some grudges never fade. Number 9. An intellectual art school graduate meets a working-class fighter. When brains clash with brawn, swimming pools become weapons. Pete Townshend and Roger Daltrey, The Who. The intellectual and the fighter created explosive music and explosive confrontations. Townshend wrote the concepts. Daltrey delivered them with primal intensity. The problem was Roger's fists-first approach to conflict resolution. He physically attacked Pete multiple times, most famously during Quadrophenia recording sessions.
I know better now, giving it all away.
Their class differences fueled controversy. Townshend came from an artistic family and attended art school. Daltrey was a working-class tough guy. Pete's intellectual pretensions clashed with Roger's straightforward approach. The violence was real and frequent. Daltrey's temper even got him fired in 1965 after punching Keith Moon. He was quickly reinstated when they realized The Who needed his voice. Number 8. They earned a nickname that perfectly captured their relationship with substances and each other. Violence Backstage became as legendary as their music. Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, Aerosmith.
Shake it, my cage.
Dubbed the Toxic Twins, Tyler and Perry's relationship was fueled by drugs, ego, and mutual destruction. Both battled severe addiction throughout the 1970s, but their substances created different personalities. Tyler on cocaine became domineering. Perry on heroin became unreliable. Their 1979 backstage fight in Cleveland, where Perry quit mid-tour, became legendary for its violence. Perry formed the Joe Perry Project to prove he didn't need Tyler's theatrics. Tyler hired new guitarists and questioned Perry's commitment. Their feud played out in the press for years. The 1984 reunion was financial necessity. not friendship. Even after getting sober, they continued clashing over creative control, with Tyler's memoir revealing years of resentment. Number 7. A guitar revolutionary meets a frontman with California-sized ambitions. When technical genius collides with showbiz dreams, the explosion is inevitable. Eddie Van Halen and David Lee Roth. Van Halen. When a guitar virtuoso meets a showman with an ego the size of California, something's got to give. Eddie revolutionized guitar through obsessive practice and innovation. Roth revolutionized frontmanship through pure charisma and athletic stage antics. Both thought they were the star. By 1984, Eddie wanted musical respect. Roth wanted multimedia entertainment. The breaking point came when Roth announced his departure in 1985, claiming Eddie's drinking made collaboration impossible. Eddie immediately recruited Sammy Hagar and dismissed Roth as a clown. Roth called Eddie a control freak. Their 2006 reunion lasted exactly one tour before old tensions resurfaced. Even Eddie's death in 2020 couldn't heal the wounds. Number 6. A romantic couple joins a legendary band, then documents their breakup in real time for the world to hear. Every night on stage became relationship therapy. Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac. Rock's most public romantic breakup became the emotional core of one of the best-selling albums ever made. Buckingham and Nicks joined Fleetwood Mac as a couple in 1975, but their relationship disintegrated during Rumors recording. The album documented their breakup in real time. The controversy intensified because they had to perform these deeply personal songs together every night. Buckingham's guitar work on Go Your Own Way was deliberately harsh.
Shacking up's all you won't do.
Nick's Dreams was her response. Audiences watched their relationship implode nightly. Their professional relationship remained toxic for decades. Buckingham's nitpicky standards clashed with Nick's intuitive approach. The 2018 firing of Buckingham from the reunion tour, reportedly at Nick's insistence, proved that some scars never fade.
Now there you go again, you say you want.
Number 5. Two control freaks built the perfect California sound, then discover there's only room for one leader. When Hell Freezes Over becomes more than just an album title. Don Henley and Glenn Frey, The Eagles.
I can see you, the bright skin shining in the sun.
Two perfectionists built the California sound, and it nearly tore them apart. Henley was the poet, Frey the drill sergeant. They ruled the Eagles like co-captains who couldn't share the wheel. Every session became a tug of war over control and credit. By the long run, their Cold War leadership pushed the band to exhaustion. The breaking point came at a 1980 benefit for Senator Alan Cranston, when Frey's backstage blow-up with Don Felder exposed the tension Henley had been struggling to contain. The Eagles disintegrated that night. When asked about a reunion, Henley shot back, "When hell freezes over." 14 years later, it did. Number 4. Rock's most unpredictable frontman meets its most reliable guitarist. 20 years of silence speaks louder than any argument ever could. Axl Rose and Slash, Guns N' Roses. When rock's wildest frontman collided with its coolest guitarist, Guns N' Roses caught fire and eventually burned down. Axl Rose's uncompromising nature clashed with Slash's raw, instinctive style. During the Use Your Illusion tour, tempers flared, sessions dragged on for weeks, and every take turned into a power struggle. By 1996, Slash had quit, calling Axl impossible to work with. Rose kept the band name and later called Slash a cancer in the group, words that froze their friendship for nearly 20 years. Then came 2016 and the Not in This Lifetime reunion tour, named after Axl's own quote about never reuniting. The grudge didn't vanish, but it sure sold out stadiums. Number 3. Two musical architects built a sonic cathedral, then fight over who owns the blueprints. The courtroom becomes their final battleground. Roger Waters and David Gilmour, Pink Floyd. Few partnerships created such brilliance or fell apart so spectacularly as Roger Waters and David Gilmour. Waters was the conceptual mastermind behind Pink Floyd's greatest albums, but his increasing control alienated Gilmour, who wanted collaborative input. The tension exploded during The Wall sessions, when Waters reduced other members to hired musicians. Their 1986 legal battle over the Pink Floyd name became one of rock's nastiest court fights. After 2 years of legal warfare, a 1987 settlement let Gilmour and drummer Nick Mason keep the name, while Waters retained The Wall and The Final Cut. When they reunited for Live 8 in 2005, they barely made eye contact. Years later, Waters called Gilmour competent, but not inspired. Number 2. 60 Years of Brotherhood and Blood Feud. When the ultimate rock partnership writes tell-all books, no anatomy is safe from criticism. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, the Rolling Stones. No duo stirred more outrage or survived more of it than Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. In the late 60s, they were the anti-Beatles, arrested for drugs, banned from hotels, and accused of corrupting youth. But their real volatility was between themselves. Mick was the ambitious businessman, Keith the defiant blues purist. Then things got personal when Mick became involved with Anita Pallenberg, Keith's partner and muse, adding a wound that never fully healed. By the 80s, their partnership was hanging by a thread. Keith furious over Mick's solo albums, Mick exhausted by Keith's heroin-fueled chaos. And when Richards' 2010 memoir, Life, mocked Jagger's Tiny Dodger, Mick cut contact until Keith apologized. They feuded, forgiven, and feuded again. But controversy has always been their fuel. Number 1. The greatest songwriting partnership in history becomes its most bitter ending. When love songs turn into musical warfare, nobody wins. John Lennon and Paul McCartney, The Beatles. They were the gold standard of rock collaboration and the most public breakup the world had ever seen. Lennon and McCartney wrote side by side through Beatlemania, but success magnified their differences. Paul's perfectionism clashed with John's push toward raw experimentation, and Yoko Ono's presence turned creative tension into open war. Their split even spilled into court over Apple Corps, the multimedia company they'd founded to run the Beatles' empire. Paul sued to dissolve it, turning friendship into litigation headlines. The feud played out in song. Paul's Too Many People took aim, and John's How Do You Sleep fired back. Lennon's 1980 murder froze rock's greatest partnership, forever unfinished.
So I will ask you once again.
Bonus. When you get fired from the biggest metal band in the world, revenge becomes your life's mission. Sometimes hatred creates entire genres. Dave Mustaine and James Hetfield, Metallica and Megadeth. In 1983, Metallica kicked out guitarist Dave Mustaine for substance issues and violent outbursts. Furious, Mustaine swore to outdo them and formed Megadeth days later. What followed became metal's fiercest rivalry, Hetfield's precision and songwriting against Mustaine's speed and technical fury. For years, Mustaine claimed he'd written Metallica's best riffs, and every Megadeth record felt like a challenge thrown back across the ring. Their tension helped define the thrash metal Big Four era: Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax. When they finally shared a stage again in 2010, decades of bitterness melted into mutual respect. Few grudges ever sounded this good. These partnerships showed that some of rock's greatest music was born from chaos. Which feud created the songs you still can't live without? Drop your thoughts below.